Well, good morning everyone. Hope you are doing good and having a great week. To our returning subscribers, thank you for your support. And to all our viewers and those recently subscribed, thank you and welcome to this channel. As you saw at the beginning of this video, today we're going to take a look at some collectible silver bars. These bars were minted by the Singapore Mint in the 1980s. They came in two different weights and they were presented in these two presentation boxes. The larger box will have 4 sterling silver bars or ingots, each weighing 5 grams, while the smaller box will have 2. These are also struck in sterling silver, and each of the bars will have a weight of 10 grams. I showed you the smaller set briefly in my video where I shared with you my pickups from William Ng Collection, a coin store located here in Singapore. This was actually purchased from him, and if you watched that video, you have noticed that the bars were taped up. The capsules that the bar were in were taped up with sticky tape just to prevent them from opening up. I actually cleaned those off, and this will be the first time that I have both these sets together in this video. But before we get to the review, I'd just like to put it out there that I do have a crowdfunding page on Buy Me a Coffee, the link of which you can find in the description text of my YouTube homepage. So go ahead and click on that and have a look, and I would appreciate any support that you guys can give, as this channel here is not monetized. Okay, with that all done, let's go ahead and take a look at these silver bars or ingots from the Singapore Mint. Alright, I'll start my review with this smaller set over here. This set came out in February of 1981. The silver bars or ingots are presented in this blue color case, which open up as a clamshell. And right on the cover, you can see the logo of the Singapore Mint, along with the certificate of authenticity. Let's take a quick look at the COA. Here's the front of the certificate. And right inside, you can see the names of the issuing entity in both English and in Mandarin. And on the back of the COA, you can see the technical specifications. As you can see, these bars are minted in 10 grams of sterling silver, and they are finished in proof. There were 12,000 sets minted, and they were issued out in February of 1981. For this particular set, I have the serial number of 7642. And if we take a look at the bars, they're essentially the same with the exception of the Chinese characters on the bars itself. Let me just take one out. If you remember in my video where I showcased this bar for the first time, they were taped up with the sticky tape. I've removed that, and here's the back of the bar or the ingot. They're essentially the same for both the bars, and right on top you can see the logo of the Singapore Mint. And in the center, we have the composition of the bar, 10 grams sterling silver proof. And just below that, we have this logo here, which indicates the Singapore Mint was part of the CIS, or Chartered Industries of Singapore, in 1981 when this bar was issued. Right over here, we have the year issue of 1981. And when we turn to the back, we can see these two Chinese characters. And if we look at the COA, it mirrors that of the two last characters here. So these characters translate to health and tranquility, while the second bar over here has the first two Chinese characters that translate to wealth and nobility. Here's a quick look at both bars together. And with the set all done, let's move ahead and take a look at the second set. Here's the second set that I'm going to be reviewing. This set was issued the previous year in May of 1980. This particular set that I have, the box here is not in the best of condition. However, it's in green color, unlike the blue for the other set. And again, it opens up as a clamshell. And right inside, you can see the logo of the Singapore Mint, the COA, and the bars itself. Now, these 4 bars are actually sealed in this case. I can't take it out without breaking the case. Let's have a quick look at the COA. There's the front. And as you can see, there are 8,000 of these sets issued. The bars are all minted out in 925 sterling silver. Here's the other side of the COA. You can see the date of issue is May of 1980. And for this particular set, I have the serial number of 6130. Again, each of the bars will have 1 characters indicated in this COA. So let's have a quick look at the bar now. You can see all the Chinese characters. Here's the back of the bar. You can see the logo, the Singapore Mint. And even though these bars were sealed, in this case, they've probably never been taken out. You can see that the bars have tarnished, probably reacting to the chemicals that's in this label here. However, the design on the face of the bar is the same as the 5 ounce. You can see the logo of the Singapore Mint. Let me just zoom in. The composition of the metal is now 5 grams instead of 10 grams. And just over here again, we can see the previous logo that was used by the Singapore Mint when it was part of the CIS, or Chartered Industries of Singapore. There are no date of issue or the year indicated on this side of the bar, at least none that I can see. But right on the back, we can see the 4 Chinese characters, again with reference to the COA. The first bar over here translate to good luck. The second bar being prosperity. The third one is longevity. And the last one is happiness. So pretty awesome to have these designs. Both these designs which are essentially the same. Collectors of these bars, I believe, typically would collect both these sets. They do make a nice collection, something that I've not seen outside of Singapore. So I'm glad to be able to have both these sets over here to show it to you. And when we cut to the next screens, I'll just share with you some of my final thoughts before we end this video. Despite being made almost 40 years ago, these bars are still widely available here in Singapore. You can see them in all the coin stores, and you can often see them being sold on the secondary markets on online platforms like Carousel Singapore. Current resale prices for these sets vary wildly. Sometimes you can see these sets selling for around 50 Singapore dollars, while other times sellers are listing them at around 80 to 100 Singapore dollars. I believe the prices that are asked by the seller is based on the conditions of the set. Regardless of the prices, even at the lowest price, premium for these silver bars are actually extremely high. For me, in my opinion, these are actually collector items and you should not be getting into them as part of your silver stack. Being struck in sterling silver doesn't help. I believe the Singapore Mint could have made a better decision and actually minted these bars out in 3 nice fine silver or pure silver, and that would actually make them more collectible. However, if you are in the market for these sets, do take note that these sets are still widely available here in Singapore. So if you are here and you have the opportunity to get these sets, do be patient. Take your time taking a look at the market. I'm sure you can find a deal that's suitable for you. And with that, I guess that will do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review of these very unique silver bars or ingots from the Singapore Mint that was issued out in 1980 and 1981. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, don't forget to leave me a like if you have enjoyed this content, and be sure to hit that share and subscribe buttons down here if you have not done so. As always, from everybody over here, y'all please take care, be safe, and have a nice day. The logo of the Singapore Mint along with the certificate of authenticity. Let's